I love the fact that Lagos is not the only growing tech city in Nigeria. Abuja is also growing. So Tech Trend decided to take a trip to the city of Abuja, and we are here at the Inspire Hub, one of Nigeria's oldest hubs, to have a chat with the startups. And seated around me here are startups in different industry. Now the idea is to find out how it's been for them and to find out what it takes to operate as a startup in a federal capital city, the government's seat, and also to know if the startups are being accepted by the everyday Nigerian. So let's meet you, starting with Martha.
Hi, I'm Martha Haile with Hello Tractor, an agricultural technology company. I'm the head of operations.
My name is Michael Amimi. I'm the CEO of Tech for Business and Financial Services.
I'm Akisubo Oluwaseun. I'm the IT head for foodalike.com, a food online logistic company in Abuja.
I'm Anna Madu, Coordinating Assistant, Innovation Platform and Partnership in Inspire Incubator.
Great, you're welcome to Tech Trends.
Thank you.
So I have a generic question for every one of you, and I'll start with the ladies. Martha, why did you decide to come to Abuja instead of some other city? And how are you dealing with the issue of education for the farmers and also helping them to understand your product and also how to use technology?
So for Abuja, a lot of people actually suggested that we go to Lagos. So they said, why would you pick Abuja if the startup scene really is happening in Lagos? But for us, number one, there are so many farms that are located very close to Abuja. Our partner has a warehouse in Kaduna, which is really primarily one of the reasons. And then also accessibility to government officials, to international organizations, and to all sorts of agricultural organizations, Ministry of Agriculture, which is really important for us as we really develop our company and develop our outreach to farmers. It's really critical to have these key strategic partners close by. So whenever they need a meeting, you can just drive on over immediately and have that meeting with that partner. So one of the key parts about our company is that we have a partner, a maintenance partner, Hapito, Nigeria Limited, and they provide this type of technical training to the farmers, which is critical on the tractor itself, because what we're dealing with is we're targeting smallholder farmers who have less than 5 hectares of land, and most of these farmers are reliant on manual labor, right? Because there are not that many tractors in Nigeria at this point. So we're introducing these tractors onto the farms, into the farming communities. And so we have what we call farmer demonstration days. So we bring technical experts and we train the farmers on how do you actually use these types of tractors. How do you fix them? Who will be on site to help you provide the spare parts, and really how do you use them for the different types of land that you have and for the different crops. So that's really critical for us, and that's what we do. Now, when it comes to the second part of it, another part of our business model is that farmers can send an SMS when they need tractor service. That will be part of the second phase on SMS adoption for farmers and really utilizing our platform. Thus far, we're not using it yet. We're in the testing phase, and so once we find out, I can get back to you and let you know. But we believe that it will be utilized because everybody has a phone this day, and our system doesn't require you to have a smartphone. You can do it over 2G. You can do it with SMS. So really, anybody can text into our system.
Michael, you run a financial services company around helping startups to find investment. But I'm wondering in my head, if Abuja is an ideal tech city, would these startups find investment in Abuja? And if they will, what should they be doing?
At a point in time, we would need this country to develop as a whole in a holistic manner. So if the focus is on Lagos every time, that potential of this country achieving that desired growth in every area wouldn't be achieved. So what investors need to do now is start looking towards Abuja, because at the end of the day, Abuja is more like a center point to the northern part of the country. Mm-hmm. And we also forget that we have challenges in the north. And with the challenges come talents that will be wasted away. So Abuja is like that central point that these talents could come in and showcase what they have to offer. And we will see in the longer term that over time, the more Abuja becomes a hot cake of attraction, the more the talents pull in and the more the tech space grows. So definitely investors should start looking at Abuja and incubators like
But will
Inspire.
numbers support the investment?
The numbers is relative. It's relative. It's relative to what investors want. It's relative to,
Investors want return on investment.
of course, but is it a short-term goal? Is it a medium-term goal? Is it a long-term goal?
As short as possible in most cases.
Well, then they have to wave a magic wand, obviously, to get the short-term goal. But relative to what they're looking for, I believe Abuja has a potential to provide and to give that, put out the good returns that they're looking for, definitely. So, yeah.
Seun, you're in a different industry, sort of. How did you come about the idea of doing food logistics in Abuja? And how have you been able to deal with the issue of trust? Because you have to deal with people's food across the city.
We came about the idea of Food Alike, which is online food logistics, in the sense that one day we were working, my boss, my co-founder, and we needed to eat pizza, and from where we were to where we would get pizza would take us about 30 minutes. So it just popped into our minds like, what if there was a delivery system where we can just order online and get the pizza delivered to us, and just click that. There is actually none in Abuja where you can order food online and it gets delivered to you.
Yeah, but I'm aware that some of these online or some of these food vendors, they also have their own delivery businesses. How are you coping with that?
Yeah, they do, but these food restaurants and vendors, they only cover a certain area where they are situated. Take for example, if a restaurant is in Guarimpa, they only deliver to people around Guarimpa. But in our case, what we do is we service the whole Abuja metropolis. So it's been interesting in the sense that we have been able to perfect the food delivery service across all platforms. And then presently we have a very good product, foodalike.com, where people can go to and order. What we do is we list restaurants, we find restaurants and list them on our website, get their menus on the website, their prices, their offers, and all of it. And we market them to the customers, whereby they go online, you want to eat whatever you want to eat, whatever cuisine it is. We have restaurants covering them on our platform. So you order and we deliver to you. And funny enough, one peculiar part to our business is that we deliver at the same price across the Abuja metropolis, which means that we deliver for 500 and it goes from wherever you are in Abuja.
Trust is a big deal, if you ask me, for your sort of business. How you're managing to ensure that people actually trust the fact that nothing will happen to their food at the point that it's handed over to your company.
Most customers want to eat from the restaurants they actually know of. So when you're ordering on our platform, you are going to the restaurant to actually know what they offer. So when you order, now we have the logistics dispatchers, that is the food dispatchers. They are well trained, they are neat guys, and they are well cultured people. So when you see them, you actually know your food is entrusted to somebody very good. Then also, most times we encourage people to tell other people about our product so that you have a trust or you have a word of mouth from somebody. I've used these guys before and they delivered very well to us. So then also we have reviews, we have feedbacks and all of that. So all of this put together has helped us beat the issue of trust, and people are actually doing well with the product at the moment.
All right. So, and tell me, how's it been so far having to deal and work with these startups every other day?
Well, the challenge we're having right now is funding. People come in and start up, like tackle those that have the potential to grow. Their challenges is money. When they come in here, the first thing they ask is, do we give out money? And I just thank God because right now the the incubator manager is not here right now, Bankole, because there's this thing that behind a successful woman, I mean a man, there is a woman. That is who he is. Behind the successful startup here is Mr. Bankole. He's not here right now. He's in Lagos for an official assignment. He's trying to come up with what we call Angel Network. Well, we invite startup, those that that have come up with something very good, creative, innovative. We try to connect them, link them with Angel Network. Probably people that will support them. They'll just go into agreement, they'll listen to them to know what they have, and from there, they help them to fund some money with some time. Maybe after some time, they return it back at their own convenience time.
So Samantha, girls in technology, how do you think we can encourage more girls and women to embrace technology and entrepreneurship as a way of life?
I think one of the major things is, incubators like Inspire, programs like Girls Who Code. In the States, we have this organization called Black Girls Who Code. These types of organizations that really nurture young girls and women to be introduced to STEM type industries is critically important. One, to get them interested. Two, to even just to market what these industries are and what it can really do for girls and for women. For example, I'm 33 years old and I'm interested in coding. I've never coded before, but I might start. And I think that these types of programs and all the excitement that's going, that's kind of surrounding them is making us all excited. We all want to go into tech. So I think industries like that and, incubators and, these types of organizations really nurturing that is really critical. But I think also is that, having women support other women entrepreneurs. I think that it's, we were talking earlier with some folks here about this imposter syndrome. Like, how can I be good enough to run a company, or am I good enough to make millions of dollars, or take this appointment with this big minister? And I really think that we're all good enough, and we just have to believe in ourselves, and being surrounded by other startups and other entrepreneurs is really something that I think can elevate a lot of women entrepreneurs to believing in themselves and to really making the needed connections that they need to make to make those billions of dollars.
Thank you, Martha, for being on TechCrunch today.
Thank
and
you.
we wish you all the best with the farmers.
Thank you.
And Michael, all the best in your financial services.
Thank you.
Don't worry, Abuja will blossom. Put a like.
Thank you.
Please keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And keep encouraging the startups.
Thank you.
That's it. That's been our edition at the Inspire Hub. We'll bring you more of this on this fantastic show called Tech Trends. See you again. Welcome to our Tech Clinic segment. The first question comes from Emmanuel. He says, what can I do to get my printer to work with Windows 10? Well, Emmanuel, it's expected because Windows 10 is a new operating system. Therefore, all old drivers would cease to work except they are upgraded, and that's if it is possible. Now, the solution is to find out if your printer manufacturer has released a driver update so that you can download and upgrade your driver, or simply go and buy a new printer. Now, let me state that if your printer is no longer supported by the manufacturer, then it means that there may never be an upgrade. In this case, your guess is as good as mine. This is where we draw the curtain on today's edition of the show. But as usual, the conversation continues online and interesting things are happening there, so join us. Remember, you can watch the entire show on the channel's TV YouTube account or via my blog, techsmart.ng. For Tech Trends, I remain Chukwemeka.